Hello there, everybody. Just sending out a couple more things. Alright, I think one. And we're just about to start just doing one more thing. Okay, there we go. Doing pretty good, actually. Just trying to get the last couple of things ready for this. Just realized we're going to put that here. No. Oh. There we go. Alright. Can everybody hear me alright? Oh, crap. There we go. Okay. Can everybody still hear? Sweet. Oh, and the chat's working. Yay. So, I'm gonna start with a little bit of a joke. And we're gonna try soda tonight. Can I show the logo? No, I cannot. Yeah, we're gonna start with a drink tonight. Oh, that is an actual fruit punch. Hey, Cecil. Cecil? I forget. Alexius. I actually started late tonight, but yeah. If anybody saw the Twitter post I made earlier about a certain Kickstarter I supported, I'm trying their soda right now. Before I get fully into this. Holy fuck, that's a good one. Alright. I'm not going to show the label again. I'm just trying to find a place to put everything. Yeah. I'm not going to say the name of it on stream because I'm pretty sure Twitch will probably get annoyed at me if I say it. Just go check out the Twitter post. Okay, what are we starting with tonight? I'm gonna just turn you down. She can be in both. Okay, we starting with... I forget if it's supposed to be a fox or a cat girl. Ghost girl. Or are we going to start with one I've been pushing off? mean, there's two I've been pushing off, but we'll talk about that one later. I'm feeling... One second, I forgot to update one last thing. Okay. Sorry, I've got like 2 people I forgot to update. Alright, who are we feeling tonight to start with? I think we'll push her towards... Yeah, let's start with her, actually. Let me bring up her reference. Okay. So this is supposed to be a cyberpunk thing, so this is going to be fun to see if I can actually do it right. There's nothing like opening up the place I get my minis from, just being like, oh, can't mention that. Okay, where is this? Ronan, where's your picture? I gotta pull up the reference for her first. We're probably gonna try and do... Yeah, we're not gonna be able to do her shirt justice, I just noticed that. We're gonna try and go with this skin tone tonight. Hi! Welcome in, Valk. Let's see here. Yeah, that's actually gonna be surprisingly close. Gonna need this. Some of this. What's that for the lips? Just getting ready for the beginning of the night. Is that a pink or a red? That's pink. That's close enough. I don't like the purple detail. It's gonna look weird. Let's go with contrast so I don't have to play too much with it. Oh, she's got white hair. That'll be fun. Okay. Where's my trick white hair? Those are bases. Okay, a specific layer paint. Where'd that layer paint go? There we go. Hair. Ow. Hair, lips, skin. She's gonna have a ton of yellow detail. Box is gonna be that. She's got some purple highlights I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with. Is that better? Because, yeah, I thought I fixed it. Okay, what else do we got? Her shirt's gonna have to be... See, the problem is, if I had thought about it, I would have painted... Oh, wait, she doesn't have it on. Never mind. Her sample... I can't see who did that. Okay, so that's the fur on the back's gonna bug me because it almost blends with her hair. So that'll be for the fluff on her jacket. Her tail is just gonna be the same color as her hair, so I'm not too worried about that. Glasses are gonna be yellow. This is suspiciously starting. This is suspiciously starting to sound like somebody's OC that's in the chat right now, unintentionally, but in cyberpunk garb. Okay. Did I just somehow miss a piece on her? I guess I did. Okay. And let's see here. Yep. That'll be the black. Aw, thank you, Valkyrie. Oh, don't spill the soda. Ah. That is a suspiciously good brew. Where did it leak? I'm trying not to touch a cord here. There. Crap. That's not, yeah, it's gonna get sticky. Oh. That was not what you think it is. That was a cleaning wipe for my glasses. Add the snow. I don't need snow. And we're definitely not going to use that. There you are. Oh yeah, I'm going to need new gloves soon. I shouldn't have attached her to her base, but that'll be fine. Yeah, she's going to be suspiciously quick. I'm not going to be able to do her jacket justice because her concept art picture has her jacket looking way more cyberpunk. So she's just going to get like a yellow and black thing going on. Like the sleeves are going to be black. Jacket itself is going to be yellow with a off-white for the fur. With maybe a black wash on it to like lighten it up a little bit. Hair is just going to be this white. And base I'll figure out later because that's actually really easy to do. I almost feel like I could do tanned, but let's go with barbarian flesh. And time for the first mix-up of the night. I really need to get a new playlist. Come on, get off there. So tomorrow night is going to be interesting. I'm going to be trying to start the maybe story mode for Splatoon 3. Unless somebody wants to do like Turf War or something. Well, we're going to have to do 2 layers of flesh tone, aren't we? Yeah, we are. I thinned it too much. Aw. Sorry, I just noticed your message, Lurka. Uh, I may or may not have started playing it yesterday night just to get it out of my system, just to at least get the annoying tutorial out of the way of out of my system. It's been fun so far. Okay. Having to play around with where I'm getting this little brush in. Luckily, there's a lot we're going to be fixing up with this figure. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna have to let that skin tone layer dry, and then we might have to put a second one on just to fix it up. Oh, yeah, gotta get in there. Alright, there we go. Twice now. That is 2 streams now. Bad Nami. There we go. I really need to get a proper... I need to really get a proper model so I remember to actually set it up. Oh, don't tell me this brush might be going. Put that bottle on the floor. Why you quack? Also, why is it not showing up in my chat that somebody did that? Alright. Okay, what are we going for next on you? Let's avoid the hair to the very end. Actually, you should do it now. Right. Good. That's set up right. Yeah, let's do the suitcase real quick because that'll be quick and easy to hide. What I'm hoping is that this pink comes out close to what the model's supposed to look like, because I don't feel like taking all night to paint it. Actually, real quick, is it metallic? Could do that. We're gonna do that real quick. So we're gonna paint this up to be more of a gun case, which means I need to make it metallic first, and then we're gonna get to do my favorite trick. Which is going to be probably on the model that gets uploaded to TikTok tomorrow. Maybe Wednesday. You traitor. Fine, it makes it easier to paint anyway. Okay, where are we missing it? Oh, no! That's wet paint on the carpet. Get you. There. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wouldn't be another normal one of my painting streams if I didn't do something derpy. Okay, we're gonna let you dry now. Over here by yourself. Yeah. Okay. If we're gonna do the black, that should technically wait till the end, because there's a lot of it on her. Surprisingly, most of her outfit is black, with some highlights of yellow and purple. I'm just trying to figure out if I can actually pull some of this stuff off. So we're going to put you over here for now. Let's see here. Yeah, she's got like a dark purple thing going on, so I'm thinking let's do all the black stuff, and then all the purple stuff we can put the purple on. That's what we're going to do. We're going to paint everything up black first, then once it's dry... Then we'll come back in with a purple on some of it. Yeah, this figure is going to be weirdly forgiving on a lot of stuff. Like that. Come back through and clean that up. See, I don't have whatever that is. This is like a green thing, but there's no like good angle of it on her side. I should say this, I'm not trying to exactly stay on model because there's like 2 pieces missing from this figure that are on her concept art. She's got this clear shawl that covers her chest and like one that comes off her side, but it's not on the model. Which makes me wonder if I printed it wrong or if Ronin didn't put it on. And I would probably have to ask them. And I'm not going to bug them right now on something trivial like that. I might have to come in with a detailer brush and do this. Because I'm not comfortable doing that tiny with this bigger brush. Yeah, we're going to have to come in with a detail brush. I'm not comfortable with that part. There's a lot we're going to come back in with the skin tone and clean up too. Let's finish up the arm though, because we can figure that out right now. Okay. Let's screw myself over. Sometimes I'm a little lazy and I'm only doing 1 layer, but I just know how to make 1 layer look good. Also, I'm just used to doing speed painter habits instead of actually painting. But sometimes I tend to just prefer doing speed paint. Okay. That's gonna be a weird looking hair thing. That might be too much. And little dab right there. There. It's a detail that nobody's gonna notice and I might accidentally cover up, but still it's there. Oh, that's a... Is that a Hyperion logo? No, it's just a weird H. Okay, fine. I don't know why that's there. That is not the weirdest thing this model could have. Then again, this is like weird cyberpunk looking character. So, who knows? Okay, where are you at? Right there. I'll fix that later. Go. Yeah, I'm trying to get on as much as I can right now of this initial layer without bringing out the detail brush. Because I'm going to need it to hit some places. Yep, we're actually going to switch to it now, in fact. Because the last part I can't reach easily, and it's between her legs right there, if you can see it. I could do her shoes, but let me do the detail brushing first. There we go. Get a little hydrate. Put that over there for now. Yep, that's what I want. See, that's in a spot where nobody's going to actually see it from a certain angle, so I'm not too worried about it. Stuff like that where you can see it, I need to get. let's bring her reference back up. God, these are going to be some detailed shoes for no reason other than the fact that they're detailed, aren't they? Oh wait, they're tennis shoes, that's why they're detailed. Kershey, running for proving I can actually paint Cyberpunk, which means I'm actually going to have to paint up some Borderlands stuff soon. Because I have the Bunkers and Badasses box and I need to paint it up finally. Oh, I messed a part up. I don't care. Nobody's gonna notice that. Actually, I will. Never mind. I'm starting to think maybe on Wednesdays I should do like find people who want to learn how to paint and just do like a little like paint. I call it paint with friends on the calendar. I should just actually invite people on and be like, hey, do you want to learn how to paint minis? I think I might have lost that detail in these shoes, so we might not need to actually paint them up that same way. Never mind. Okay, we're going to cover these up in purple and yellow anyway, so I don't really care too much. I'm trying to get all the base coats on. You just lurking over there, Valkyrie? Okay. Are we doing the yellows next, or are we doing the purples? There's not a lot of purple. Okay, then. To be honest, I... Alright, I'll do the yellow next. Yeah, to be fair, Valkyrie, I almost forgot to post mine this morning. I had to actually turn my computer back on before I went on my walk. I mean, the funny part is my schedule is like 2 days of painting and 2 random days where I'm going to play video games. Maybe. Need you. Well, yeah, that's what's gonna be. I need you yellow. Yes, I have Splatoon 3, and that is going to be tomorrow and Friday. Potentially tomorrow and Friday. Friday, I'm going to try and do the Splatfest. We'll see what happens. There's a question out of left field. So we've got Alexius with Dragonite. Shit. Oh, I'm gonna mess something up. I can fix that. I really don't feel like... See, I'm trying to think of which one, and I'm just like, Which is going to be the one that makes me sound the least like a furry. Very true. Yeah, I'm not going to attempt to do all those racing stripes on that jacket. That is going to be too much of a pain in the ass. I mean, you've got a point. See, the problem is I know. And that's what I was about to say. I'm somewhere stuck between Gardevoir or Incineroar. Because I've either got big and buff or I've got pretty dress. And I'm not quite sure. Plus, if I remember right, I think it's Gardevoir who has, like, psychic thing that helps their partners relax when they're stressed. Take your time. And I messed that up too. She's gonna come back and this thing's gonna be completely done. Yeah, we're gonna hit all the black stuff with another layer of black in a second. I didn't realize she had a thing in her. Those are impractical gloves. Why are they like arm's length? But then there's a hole right here in the wrist. That makes no sense. Cyberpunk rules. Okay, fine. I hate this. The problem is I'm having to bring a paint that's almost dead back to life because this stuff is almost empty. See, now I have to remember what Salazzle looks like. Okay, I can get that. I can get that. Hey, Niromeyer. So, Niromeyer, which Pokemon would you marry? Only because I know I can ask you that. And not be weirded out. Oh, by the way, you missed my review of the soda, because I actually had a sip of it earlier. It's a pretty good fruit punch. Could be a little sweeter in my opinion, but it's good. Probably doesn't help that I iced it down, which probably watered it down. It's the black dress, isn't it? push her to the side for now. Because we're going to come back to this because we can do it now. I sent a message! Did it not send? I think I know the other reasons, but yeah. I get that. This is not what I wanted. Why am I putting this on? I'm not answering that. That's bait. You know I will send that later. And yeah, Lurka, if you saw my post on Twitter, you know what soda I'm drinking. I just don't trust saying the name of it. Ooh. That is another good one. And I need to come back in with some metallics, because these are going to look stupid. Yeah, I gotta come in with some whites or something and kind of break that up. I'm not too committed to that just yet. No, I couldn't figure that with the Mega Evolution Gardevoir. Oh, I'm gonna get made fun of on Discord later. I'm gonna come back in with a dry brush of that silver again, and then paint the X's, and a couple of other things. Okay. Suitcase is all good. Oh shit. Shit. There we go. You're gonna stay up there so I don't accidentally unplug you again. Is everything all good? Are we all good? Okay, let me check the feedback. Yes, we're good. All right. I need to get a new cord for this camera. Okay, yeah, we're going to do the same thing with both shoes, and then I'll come back in with a white and bring them back. I forgot to do the inside of the ears. You know, it would help if I'm doing this on screen. Okay. So the shoes are going to look a little derpy for a few seconds until I come back in with some other colors. Because that was not very smart when paying attention. Depending on your tablet, I would say check your updates for your network driver. You might need to just run them if you have it. Okay. Need to bring these back into a black. Then put them in purple, and then give a highlight of white. Then we're going to paint that buckle metal. And then, yeah, I do need to bring some metal back into these shoes and some white in a few areas. Yeah, I really need to find a new playlist because I just recognize this song. Is that the episode where... Shut you. And we're going to bring you back up. Yeah. Okay. We still haven't even gotten to the hair yet. Oh, right, we're going to do the ears real quick. No, we're not going to do the ears with that brush. Holy crap, that was going to be bad. I hate to stir up with freaking paint. I'll actually paint myself. That looks good. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that. Luckily, Korvax isn't too bad, and this one is like almost perfect white. Luckily, yeah, these two whites are pretty much almost the only whites you will ever need for painting. Because this is a nice off-white, and this is a nice almost pure white. So, I go through these a lot. For that very reason of, I'm not going to paint 10 layers of the same color to get a perfect white when I could just do one layer of this, and then one layer of this. Is this the one I had to rescue and it just... Yeah. Hilarious part is all the hairs, everything's gonna get covered in this white first. I just noticed a hairband I'm going to have to bring some color into. Because I was not smart. Aw. I need to go watch one of her streams one of these days when I'm not streaming. Because I saw she was streaming and I'm like, oh, meant to watch hers. Well, like I said, tomorrow's going to be attempting Splatoon. I just realized I still need to come back in with a second layer of the skin tone. Jeez. Maybe Thursday. Yeah, definitely have to come back in with more skin tone. Jeez. I don't know, I'm getting all this other color on. I'm seeing splotches I missed. Stay. Jeez. Why would you make it? Doesn't look too bad, although I should do some black eyeliner like the picture's got. Ow. There we go. Yeah, let's mix up the second layer of the skin tone. bitch. Okay, there we go. There'll be some touch-ups I gotta do, but that'll be meh. Actually, almost forgot the face. Okay. Okay, where are we at? Where are we at? Let's dry my hands off. See if there's no emergency else. Okay, what do we got? Alright, let's see here. Trying to think, what do we need to do next? Alright. Gonna have to do the black wash on the jacket. Well, on the fur part. Then we gotta come in with the lighter white for the hair. And then bring in some white into the shoes. And then the base is just gonna be play around with some fun stuff. There we go. I like that plan. Let's get a small drape. Eh. Do not spill the Newland oil. Alright, let's see. What else we Right, we're gonna come back in with the metal and finish this guy up. Actually. So anybody watch any interesting movies or TV shows lately? Come on, focus. Yeah, it looks like it's a painted metal case almost. Okay, let's see here. Let's go back to her and see what she's got metallic-wise, and we can start doing that real quick. Huh. Green Lantern, the TV show, or the Ryan Reynolds movie? I'd ask why, but I feel like somebody either made you or you're probably one of the few people who actually liked it. So I'm not going to make fun of it. As I said, I'm not going to make fun of it because I had a feeling you were going to actually like it. You know, just because I'm too lazy to try and find a green that matches what I can barely see in this reference picture. Because she's standing with her side to me. I'm just going to be lazy. There, now she's just going to be shiny. Honestly, the only stuff I can make fun of is just the suit, and that's really the only big issue about it. You can tell Reynolds probably liked doing it. It's just, in hindsight, he's probably just like, yeah, it was a crappy movie. Honestly, Ryan Reynolds has made fun of it more himself than anybody, and it's just better to let him make fun of it, because he... So, yeah. We come back in with a little bit of black. That's easy to fix, though. Oh, yeah, no, he... That's why I say it's just better to let Ryan Reynolds make fun of it, because he's the one who probably hates it the most, but also doesn't hate it. Alright, there we go. Let's see here. Now I've got to come back in with more of that white. Just to clean up the shoes, and then paint the base white. I've also got to do her hair. Almost forgot about that. Let's do that real quick. I think this is the one that always gets copyright strikes, so I'm just going to keep talking through it until we get enough of this painted on, because for some reason this song is copyrighted. At least on YouTube. And I just need to talk enough to where it doesn't get bugged, and we're good. It should be, it's too much right there. Just gonna keep talking over. I could just skip it, but I don't feel like trying to bring up Spotify. There we go. I knew it wasn't that long. Okay. And I messed the shoes up, but that's an easy fix too. Alright, what else are we missing? Because I gotta glue that case back on. What happened? That was weird. Alright. Yeah, that was weird because I just see that pop up. I'm like, I didn't do anything. That's gonna get painted red anyway. I don't care. I don't get it. What'd you type? Alright. Might be too much. That might not be red enough. We are going to need that red for the next model. Possibly. Alright. There we go. That's my wrist, by the way. And I need one more interesting one. Okay. Base is almost done. Just got to do the eye up. I almost feel since she's cyberpunk, I make the eye gold just to be funny. No. Gonna act like I didn't see that drop down to 2 just now. And this is where I gotta be steady with one hand. Whew, I'm getting paint high. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's back up now. I think somebody might have glitched. Yeah, it looks like a painting now. I'll take it. Alright. But if you also gotta go, just go ahead and... just to break up this weird ass purple. Okay. There. Now the shoe's a little bit better. There. Shoes are a little bit better now. I will probably play with them later. Don't hide it behind my head. I need to remember I need to keep it on camera. Alright. Almost done. Okay, what time is it? Okay, we got one more hour, so I can speed paint one more for tonight. Let's get a good gold. Because yeah, since she's cyberpunk, we're just gonna make her eye gold, and I might put like a little teeny tiny black dot or red dot in. Ooh, that's delayed. Okay, this is the part where I might have to do this just... See, the sad part is that gold actually came out really well. You just can't see it because of the way my lighting is. Then, like I said, we'll take a very itty bitty tiny little dot of red. In a few seconds. And then we'll quickly glue that. Actually, I'll glue that back. Where's my... Where's my glue? There it is. Yeah, while we wait for that to dry, let us re-glue her suitcase on. There might be a tiny little bit left in there. Okay, let's let her dry up now. We're gonna try and do this good. Get this tiny little bit on there. Okay. How is that the best eye I have done in forever? Screw off. Seriously, screw off. That is the best eye I've done forever. Sorry, I'm trying to shake while I was showing her off. Nice. Okay. What the hell is this character's name? Really? She's just called Deadman Sci-Fi Elf. I mean, yeah, she's got a pointy ear or two. Oh, I was gonna jokingly say that. I actually said that when I was first looking at her paint scheme. I'm like, yeah, that's Cecil. That's that's Cecil for sure. Now this is from Ronin Arts Mini. This is one of their special things they've been doing lately, where they'll pick a random artist and they'll make their OC. They've kind of done it for a while, but this is like they're now officially doing it like once a month. They're gonna pick somebody. Who's this month's actually? Now that I'm thinking about it, because I don't think this month had one actually. This month didn't actually have one, but that's probably because they've got way more figures than they normally do in this one. And also they've got one where I gotta do a resin pour on. Ooh. Oh, those are merchant slots. Never mind. I thought he actually had merch coming. Never mind. Okay. Who's gonna be our... Who's the one we're gonna speed paint tonight that's a D&D figure? Oh, my hands are wet. Oh. You all saw nothing. God, that should be a redeem for like a subscriber level, as to be like a hand reveal. I'm not sure if we want to try and finish her up. Did I not glue you down? Oh, right, because we were going to do her base separate, right? Because the funny thing is, her armor's actually about the paint color it needs to be. It just needs the white brought in more, and then I need to bring in a highlighter too. Her skin tone's off. I gotta do the arm. Okay, that's option 1. Option 2 is Ghost Girl from I forget which fighting game. We could give Lavender Devilry some love. I got another Ronin figure. I don't know how to paint her up, though. Oh! Sunsoul Studio, which could be fun. Uh, this one I'm not ready to paint yet. I gotta figure something out for her base. I have some snake girls I could do too, but I don't feel like doing snake girls today. The sad part is this one's gonna take me like 20 minutes. Because she's gonna get gold and silver armor like my Warhammer figures. This one, I gotta find one more color for her. This one's gonna be really quick. I just gotta match the skin tone to the card. Because there ain't no way in hell I'm doing all that detailing on the armor. I can't go up any further because I'm afraid that might piss off Twitch. Yeah, no, I could do it, but that's going to be an entire night of painting if I'm doing it. That's all we're going to paint is this figure if I'm doing that. I think we're going to paint her up. Because she's going to take me like 20 minutes. One of these days I will finish up Twin Goddess's mariachi band, but not today. Sorry, I saw something I had to laugh at. Alright, why does my back hurt? Ow. There we go. Stretching before I get set on this. Alright. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Sorry, I'm trying to remember how to paint my own Warhammer army. I'm gonna glue her to a base later, but I'm just trying to get her painted up. Any particular... well, okay, you like Lord of the Rings. Let me phrase this. Are you talking about the tabletop, or are you talking about the movies and books? No! Shit. Well, let's get painted gold anyway. I don't care. Oh! Nice. I'm guessing that's probably a tie-in with the TV show. Though, we're actually going to keep these. Ah, nice. Let's see if we can paint it all up silver, and then I'll just come in with the gold. And I stupidly grabbed this the wrong way, so I have to hold this to dry it. See, if I had been smart, I would have put the accelerant right under my chin, so I just took it and just sprayed it out. Oh, I hear somebody's compensating outside. Ah, yes, I forgot to use accelerant, so now I'm bored. Great content. Bad, Nami. Okay. We're gonna put you there. Put a little bit more on you. Ah! Oh my god, just stay right there. There, it's fixed. There. Ta-da! Alright. Okay, there we go. Where's my good gold? I thought you were a hobgoblin. Fair enough. Okay, let's see here. Trying to remember the lore of this character. And this is another one I gotta go ask the artist what their intended lore is. Because I think she's supposed to be like the queen of this machine empire kind of thing. Yeah, Orc might actually be fun for you to go through, though, Lurka. Not too much gold. Screw it, though. Get blackwashed anyway around here. Alright. Okay, I just realized something. Who here knows enough about cyberpunk lore to be able to agree to be able to kind of talk with me on this? I just realized that there is a movie that might suspiciously be a cyberpunk movie without being openly a cyberpunk film. And I want to see if I start describing it, if anybody agrees with me when I start describing it. I'll wait for a response before I do. If not, I'm going to just drop this and wait till I have like 10 people in one time. Cyberpunk? Yeah, never mind then. If any of my lurkers wanted to suddenly pop up and say they know a ton about it, I would laugh. I doubt it though, so I'm not going to ask. Yay! So, while you were gone, we obviously finished that last model. We're just gonna say it's We're just gonna say it's you, because I think the name of this character is stupid. I mean, it's gonna get named that on TikTok, but focus. Oh, you dirt. There. Yeah, we're just gonna say it's you because the name of this character. Tell me if you think this is stupid. The name of this character is just Deadman Sci-Fi Elf. Because I was looking up the name of it. I'm like, yeah, we're just gonna call it Cecil and just be like, yeah, that's her. Because if I were to send you a picture real quick of what this character looks like, Cecil. You're gonna laugh. Where'd you go? You're way down there. So, if you look on Twitter real quick, or when I'm sending you in your DMs, that's what she looks like. Just poofier hair, I think, and the cat girl. Yeah, we're just gonna say it's her. Now, obviously, when I put it on there, I'm gonna have to say it's Dead Man's Elf Girl, but yeah, from now on, we're just gonna say that's her. Well, it's the person doesn't have a name for the OC, so it's just the artist's character that they've probably drawn stuff of before. Because that's kind of how Rodent Art's workshop works. Is every once in a while they'll do a artist thing where basically they'll work with this artist to make their character. Oh yeah, it is. It's supposed to be a cyberpunk character. Because that jacket, I'm like, I'm not doing all those racing stripes. There's no way I'm doing all those and giving it justice. So we're going more of the Kill Bill kind of vibe with the jacket. Okay, I'm just going to hit that real quick because I just saw something I'd laugh at. So now we're trying to finish up another character who's kind of sci-fi, but I can also coincidentally paint up. Like my Warhammer army. It is one of my top 10s, if not definitely top. I'll fix that in a second. Yeah, but it's definitely my top 5s. Bullet Train, which is the movie Lurko was talking about, might actually be in my top 10s now, too. Because that movie was suspiciously too good for its own damn good. Yeah, her boots gotta be done up gold, too. Oh, definitely. Bullet Train just came out recently-ish. It is basically these, not per se hitmen, but like wet work kind of people are all hired to work on this train for different odd jobs, and they all just end up causing chaos while they're on it. Is the best way I can describe it without spoiling a single part of this movie. And it is very funny and also very action filled. So if you liked Kill Bill, you will like it. For sure. Ooh, thank you, Lurka. I just saw that message too. Okay. Like I said, I can't explain it without giving some plot points away. But it's just chaos, but filled with action. So it's great. Okay, now we wait for the black wash to dry off. Oh, that would have been embarrassing. Oh, okay. Oh, that would have been embarrassing as hell. Oh. That is a mini painter meme right there that would have happened. Oh. Oh god. No, the best part is, Lurka, you know the meme of spilling Newlin oil. If you've been in any form of mini painting. Any mini painting forums. Ugh. That's what this is. Oh my god. Ugh. Oh, that just made my whole night. I don't know why it did. Oh. No, that's not enough. There we go. Aw. I'm glad I'm making your night then. Okay, we gotta come in with some dry brushing of the silver in some spots. And suspiciously, she will be done with about 30 minutes left, so maybe I will try and speed paint something real quick for you guys. If I had anything worth speed painting, damn it. Is that Rune Fang? Yes, it is. Yeah, you are basically right here looking at what my Space Marine army is painted up as. She might actually get suspiciously put inside that army just to see what if anybody notices. Yeah. She is from a group called Sun Soul Union. She's supposed to be like this queen of this like robot army. Or I think that's one version of her. I think there's a pinup version of her too somewhere. I'll look for that later. Alright, are we trying to paint up a mariachi kobold tonight? Or are we gonna... Or do we want to call it short? $9:30, we could go for another 30 minutes. I'm trying to think if there's anything I need to finish that will actually be worth finishing tonight. Alright, what do we got over here? Let's put the dice bag down. Are you almost done? I mean, yes, you technically are almost done. Still gotta paint your base, though. Oh shit. Ah, there we go. We can for like 30 minutes if everybody wants to sit here and chat for 30 minutes. I was trying to also see if I had anything worth priming tonight too. I think everything I've got here is already primed. Oh, that's where that went. Oh. Back over there. Yeah, so here's a perfect example. This figure is not primed. This is just bare 3D printed plastic. 3D printed plastic. I don't know where that little red black dot came from. This model is made out of the same material. This is a white paint that's put on it. I do it the most backwards way possible, where I will physically paint this stuff on it. And the only real reason you do it, you can, in a pinch, just paint straight onto a model, obviously. But the reason you put the primer on is it makes it a slightly rougher surface to basically make it just a little bit better to prime on. In fact, this model is almost a good example because I forgot I did prime the bottom. And really all it is so... Ow. Oh, I've been sitting for too long. But yeah, priming is usually just whatever you want to be the very bottom of the mini or model so that it comes through slightly better. It doesn't always affect it depending on how you're painting your base color on. perfect example of these little guys, which are one of the guys I might speed paint soon. These guys are primed white. This actually would have been probably better to prime black or gray, but it works. I do actually, funny enough, have a model I can prime. I just can't show half of her on screen. There is something I could start painting and try and fix up, actually. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to describe it since you're used to doing, like, digital art, what it would be like, but digital art has the easy option of going, hey, I want this to all be one color, or, well, technically. I know it's more complicated than that. I do technically have a model. I just don't know if I want to actually start painting her. Or trying to fix her. This character might wait for a different stream. Because I can technically show her. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Ah, yeah. Pretty much. I'm not going to do that one. We can't do that one. As much as I want to do that one, we're not going to do it. Screw it, we'll start with you. In fact, actually, I think I just proved a perfect example of why you priming without intentionally doing it. So, if this had been a gray, like, primer under this, this metal would actually look darker. But because it's white, it makes more of the lighter colors pop through. Like I said, you don't have to prime everything. 3D printed models, it's better to prime. Warhammer, you could actually probably get away with just painting straight on. I wouldn't recommend it for the sake of your own sanity, because you have to put like 10 extra layers on. Don't you dare come loose, you hair. Oh, yes, that does actually... that actually is another reason. That actually is the main reason to do it, is it sticks better. Yeah, you actually hit it right on the nail. The other way to prime... I knew it was going to happen. Because that is attached in the stupidest way possible. But it helps me get this thing ready. Technically what I'm doing right now is exactly the lazy way you would prime something, is you just put like 3 coats of a base coat on. I sent somebody's internet dropped. Yep, they're back. We'll reattach that here in a second. Okay. I almost feel like going screw it and going off model. Son of a... Hi there. Thank you for the wake up. So, this figure, and I've already shown this card off once. Come on. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get that blue. Of course you did. I need to start uploading these clips to TikTok or something. I'm not gonna. I don't like doing that blue on there. But I might. Okay. Hey, Lurka. Should we do white armor? Or... Oh, yeah. Yeah. I already put the first layer of skin tone on. This is one of those, like, special edition characters. We're gonna actually do tan skin flesh on this one. So, Lurka, here's what I'm thinking. Instead of doing white armor, gold armor. Or unless... unless Cecil's still here. I'm thinking gold armor instead of white armor. And we'll keep the hair color. Actually, I might have a blonde that's closer to that. She's supposed to be a freaking robot. Son of a bitch, she's a robot. Oh, you had to do a tough one. The funny thing is, there actually is, of these figures, of the 3 of them, because they're supposed to be a set. One of them does have black and red armor. Damn it. That does actually sound cool, though. Plus, it lets me be lazy, because then I can just dry brush on some gray real quick. Lighter black on there real quick. So if Cecil is still here, Cecil, if Alexius is still here, okay, Alexius, you're gonna be the tiebreaker. Black armor or gold armor? Because I have a way to do the black armor that might be kind of cool. Fucking course you both are. Alright. So we're going to do my favorite trick of using a contrast paint. Okay, where to go? Are you it? No. Are you? No, you're blue. Keep picking that one up. Are you it? Yes, you are. Okay. So we're going to do the skin tone first, because the skin tone's actually going to be... We're going to see if I can pull this off. If not, I'm going to strip it and suspiciously never talk about it again. That paint might not actually be thinned enough, but screw it. The nice thing is, because you all picked an easy color to paint with, I get to do some tricks where I can hide mistakes. Yay! Does she have any back? Yes, her entire back is actually. See, the barbarian skin goes one of two ways, and I'm thinking it might be going the bad way. Alright, there we go. Hope I will be getting a reward for being so nice. Maybe. Okay. Shit. Put too much on. Alright, let's see here. Just gotta get the last of this first layer of metallic on. So yes, I know you all said black, but for some reason it's not. I know what you all said. It's like, hey, you all said black. Why am I not painting it black? I'm doing a little trick where I'm going to use a base color of a metal. Wook? The fuck is that? Yes, exactly. Because I don't feel like actually doing the proper way of doing a metallic paint, metallic armor, which is like 3 different layers of black. And gray. Well, no, as soon as I figured... Okay, so, Lurka, this is another speed painting trick. I'm going to thin this stuff down with a contrast medium. And because of that, it's going to make it see-through and shiny. Like what Alexius was saying. Okay. What I'm going to do real quick, though, is I'm going to paint her hair. And then we're going... Oh shit. Alright, there we go. This blonde is always a 50-50 shot for me, so we're going to see if it actually looks good. No, because why would it ever look good? I hate mixing this with one hand. So real quick, to anyone, does that look like blonde hair to you? Because when I hear this... Okay, so if it looks like it's to somebody, then it's just me. Alright, fine. I'm just blind. See, that's the funny thing. In person, it doesn't look that yellow. It almost looks green. Because when I think blonde, I'm thinking closer to this. In fact, that actually might prove my point. See, by itself, yeah, it looks blonde. Once you bring this yellow in, it looks green. And I think that's my problem, is that I have this near me, so it's like, yeah. But that's also just mainly the problem of working with yellow paints, is you have to beat the ever-loving crap out of them to get them to look like the color they're supposed to look like. I don't even know how I'm going to paint the eyes. Holy shit, that's a tiny little face. That's going to be a think about my life choices and come back later. this my contrast? Yes, it is. The suspiciously colored medium. Yeah. Yeah, seriously, that medium is just way too white for its own damn good. Also, is that crap, I just forgot their name. I was gonna say Orc Girl, and I'm like, that doesn't narrow it down. I believe so. Yeah. Come on. Is that Valkyries? It's still shiny, it can't focus. Come on. Focus. Maybe one more layer. Yeah, is that Valkyries? I thought that was, thought... Yeah, it might need an oil wash or something to bring it in. Oh, Goblin. That makes more sense. Yeah, let's do an oil wash to bring that back in. To bring that in. Yep, that's what I thought it was. Alright. We don't want it shiny. We just want it metal peeking through. Unless you guys like it this way. Do you guys like this black armor, or do we want to go darker? And no new oil, and no oil there. All right. All right. I kind of like the Harris's, so we'll keep it. Why did I not grab the stuff before I did this? Let's at least give the spear a black wash so then it's not shiny. Okay. I have no way of knowing how the hell I'm going to do the eyes on this figure. Okay. Well, yeah, they're going to be red. It's just I'm trying to figure out if I have a brush tiny enough to get in there. Because the problem is, when her face is that tiny, there is no easy way to get a paintbrush in there. Like, I can't even focus it. That's to tell you how small this is. Well, that's kind of what this is for. I need a shiny red. I need a shiny... There we go. Can't even tell if I got it in there. Screw it, they're gonna be glowing anyway. We're not even going to attempt to paint the lips. I'm just going to take a little bit of black wash and put it on the lips so it looks like black lipstick. Okay. Aha! Almost messed her up. I kind of like her. She'll be good as like some sort of D&D figure for sure. Ugh, my hands. Alright, I think that's as many as I'm going to be able to paint tonight. Alright, who's messaging me? To be fair, they were, and still kind of are, probably one of my favorite brands to some degree. I don't know how their quality has gone in the last couple of years because it's been a while since I've bought any computer parts proper. Right. Let me take you over here so I can actually read people. But I think... When did Mother Dog... Okay, that's hilarious. Let's see. Alright, so, I'm kind of done for the night. Obviously, tomorrow will be Splatoon 3. The question is, what do you guys want me to send you to? I got Jump King, Final Fantasy, the Final Fantasy VII remake. I've got Resident Evil 4, and somebody who's just chatting. Could go to 5VT and do some tabletop sim. Or we could do Heart of Iron 4 or 5. That's one vote Final Fantasy. Anybody got a particular favor, or are we just going to do Final Fantasy? That's 2 for Final Fantasy. I like it. All right. I'm going to send you to Louise the Beastly, then. Is that her full name? Or their full name? Oh, you... Okay. Alright. Well, I will see you all tomorrow, if any of you are showing up. If not, I'll see you when I see you all, lovelies. Bye-bye. Oh. Mind arms.